Many of you, including myself, even after my 40-minute interview with Tito, the man directly responsible for cultivating false allegations that caused a man to take his own life live on TikTok, many of you, including myself, are still left with the question of what the hell was the motive. What motive could have been so important that it drove a grown man to coerce his 17-year-old girlfriend into pretending to be an adult to entrap an innocent man into pedophile allegations? Tito's acting badly, despite his feeble attempt at hiding what his true motive was, actually made it very obvious. It's pretty common knowledge that what we say and what we perceive to be confidence and privacy is probably our true intentions and what we mean. If this was not widespread knowledge that it's valuable evidence, then the FBI would not have been able to take down the mafia in the 70s with FBI's most successful wiretaps in their entire history. So as awful and petty isn't even a big enough word for it, as this reasoning is, he clearly says the reason is to get him canceled. We see evidence of this again in the interview that I did with him, where his subconscious severely fucked him over. Because that's what our subconscious likes to do.
Was there any part of you that was hopeful that this information would be true? Because then, I mean, that's better for you, right? You have somebody that's your direct competitor that, like, now you don't got that anymore, right? Was there any part of that may be true?
Well, I definitely didn't want it to be true that he was a pedophile.
Tito. Not looking good. Now, when I directly asked him these questions, he actually gave me 2 different answers. Well, technically 3. What you're about to witness is him pretending to be disinterested in the whole thing to begin with.
Well, I definitely didn't want it to be true that he was a pedophile. I want less pedophiles in this world, but
right.
I mean, I really wanted nothing to do with it. Like, even if he did sex her, I still wouldn't know what to do. Like, I wouldn't know what number to call or what place to go.
Let's do our charity work of the year and just pretend like we don't know that that's a massive crock of shit. If you're so disinterested, why would you tell a minor specifically, and I quote, "Here's what I want you to do. I want you to flirt with him and see where it goes"? Well, I asked Tito this, and this was his response.
Why did you tell her to do that? Why did you feel like that was important? Because I don't think I've asked that.
Because I felt guilty about what she told me.
Pause for context. He claims that when his underage girlfriend came to him complaining about the fact that there is a creepy adult man, God, the fucking irony there, flirting with her, that he initially wasn't interested. And then she essentially questioned his masculinity. And then he felt guilty.
Because I felt guilty about what she told me. It was important to me to make her happy.
And she said to you, like, what, you're not going to do anything. You felt like, as her man, that you had to protect her.
I'm going to pretend that I didn't notice his pathetically feeble attempt at trying to access the empathetic men's rights advocate in me by trying to convince me that he was emasculated. And the only way that he could conceive to make his girlfriend happy was by doing this.
Her man, that you had to protect her, right?
Yeah.
What part of instructing a minor to put herself in harm's way where she's actually being potentially sexualized and preyed upon by an adult, what part of that was protecting her?
So much about that interview and just this entire case is tragic and horrifically disgusting. Not only did he not express any remorse, no condolences, not one shroud of empathy, but he went out of his way to lie, make up different scenarios. He couldn't even keep his own head on straight. And I have never in my life seen somebody cover up their own face and as an attempt to hide their expressions and their emotions, but yet fail so terribly at it. I've never seen somebody more expressive and have somebody's own eyes snitch them out as badly as his did. It's really hard to fathom that the only motive here could be jealousy, that he wanted him to be canceled. And, I don't think for a second that these people knew that this could possibly happen at the end of the day, but this is life and it happened, and your choices have consequences, and it's about what you do with it afterwards. If you don't have the balls as a 20-year-old, however the fuck old he is, to come forward and say, this is who I am, and take ownership, guess what? Not a lot of people would do that, but at least get the fuck off the internet and hide. His attempt at trying to reach somebody with a massive platform so that people could hear his side, which is really a whole bunch of me, I'm going to blame everybody else. It's disgusting. That shows no remorse, and that's what makes this whole thing so much more tragic. Somebody lost their life, and somebody who's directly responsible doesn't seem to grasp reality, doesn't grasp it, doesn't care, or doesn't have the ability. Thank you.